I know you want to be a content creator. I know you may even have a course inside of you. You might want to be an online coach. If that's you, I need you to stick around. This is the year to finally make it happen. But it's going to take you doing some very special things. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christine. Thank you for being here. Listen, I'm here to just give you some inspiration and some love and some real talk, because that's what I needed to get up off my butt and start showing up like the person I actually wanted to be. Listen, I've been in your shoes where you have an idea for something, but you don't quite know where to start, or that's the story that you tell yourself, right? I want you to know that it starts with you just picking up the freaking camera. Just pick it up, open your phone, turn it on, just turn it on and get started. You know, I think one of the biggest things is that we feel like, who am I to do this? Who am I? Who's going to care what I have to say? And I'm here to tell you, someone does care. I care, right? Someone cares about what you have to say. And I want you to stop thinking about what will your family say, friends, especially when you're starting something new, it can feel very vulnerable, right? You don't even know what you're quite saying all the way yet, but I want to encourage you just to start, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do have to get started for it to become better and better and better. So if you go back to some of my old videos on some of my other YouTube channels, you'll see like I've done things, makeup, no makeup, bad lighting, I've come a long way, but it took me just showing up and playing messy, right? So I want you to think about like, what is something that you have been wanting to talk about that you've been putting off? I want to encourage you to talk about it. So whether if it's beauty, if it's fashion, if it's tips, if it's lifestyle, if it's beauty tips, is it, health and wellness, fitness. Maybe you teach people how to crochet. Maybe you teach people about knitting, doing hair. Like there is something that you are good at that I know that you can do. I think the key is understanding that you can just be a few steps ahead of somebody to help. I think sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm not an expert. Who am I to say this? But your life experiences make you an expert. So I'm challenging you to just start. So I'm going to give you 3 tips today that I want you to think about and come back tomorrow because I'm going to give you some more. All right. Number 1 is to just know that you already know enough. You already know enough. Your life experience, whatever it is that you want to talk about, you are an expert at that because you are an expert at you. No one else's opinion matters. Your life experience has given you things to talk about. Period. So of course, depending on the platform that you're on, you may want to adjust what you talk about, right? So maybe on YouTube, they're not interested in seeing another vlog because they don't know you yet, right? But if you have an actual helpful tip, something that can motivate somebody, something that you can teach them how to walk them through something the way that you do it, right? That's why we even have all these cooking channels. I'm always coming to YouTube to look up a recipe or get some inspiration for my dinner, and I come there looking for some type of solution. So there is something that you offer that is a solution. So even you listening to this video, maybe you're like, man, I just need some motivation. I need somebody just to talk to me, help me get started. Well, that's what this is. You know enough right now. There's a saying, one of my coaches used to tell me back in the day, to every 3rd grader, a 4th grader is a God. Meaning like just between that little level of difference, that 4th grader knows a little bit more than that 3rd grader. And for that 3rd grader, it's like, wow, please teach me, please, because I can't wait to get to 4th grade, but I'm not there yet, right? So same thing with you. Your life experience, whatever you've been through, will help someone else. Another tip I want you to think about is authenticity. Like people really connect with being real. Like I think it's exhausting. And I know there's different social platforms, like to me, Instagram sometimes is so glossy, everybody has the perfect filters and the perfect life. And we see these highlights and if it's like that attainable content, aspirational content. But for me, it's like aspirational is one thing, but if I feel like it's always so out of reach, then I feel like I'm separate from it. versus me just being myself. Now, I'm not saying everybody's fake. I'm just saying making sure that you are operating from a place that is genuinely who you are. Well, so whether you watch me on this channel or my channel where I'm coaching actors, like this is just my vibe. Sometimes I have wigs on, sometimes my head is shaved, sometimes I have makeup, sometimes I don't. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to speak it with love. I love God. I love, reading. Like I'm going to speak just from who I naturally am. Sometimes I'm silly and quirky and some of that will come out. Sometimes I'm no nonsense. That will come out. I think that freedom in showing up as just who I am, that takes the work out of it. I think if there was any part that feels like work, it's I have to edit it. Well, stay as simple as possible with the editing. Like in the beginning, like these videos you're going to see, especially I'm doing this 30-day stint right now. I'm just challenging myself to show up every day for 30 days on this new channel. So make sure you subscribe if you want some more inspiration on how to become a content creator and how to build an online business, because I've done both. Stick around. Hit that bell hit the bell. But I think for me, I know that's what works for me. And I would be so exhausted if I showed up every day like trying to figure out who I can pretend to be today. Like that's not going to work for me. So there's that. The other thing I want you to know is, I'm looking at my notes here. I said it before, but I'll say it again. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. How many times have you laid in the bed, scrolling on the internet, thinking, oh, wow, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. You jotting down ideas, but nothing ever gets done. You just keep collecting ideas, watching other people do it. Here's what I don't want for you. I don't want you looking up a year from now, seeing other creators who were just getting started and then seeing how far they've gotten and then feeling sorry for yourself because you didn't start today. That's what got me. Like, again, I've been doing content for such a long time with my other businesses, but I've been putting this channel off for a while because I was like, oh, what are people going to say? And people are used to me doing this over here. What are they going to think? And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to bombard my acting audience with this content because this doesn't have anything to do with that, right? Okay, fair. But okay, girl, what you doing? I had to have a whole talk with myself, a whole come to Jesus moment with myself and say, if you want to help people, which I do, I love helping women feel more confident. I love helping women build their businesses. I love helping women feel confident to come on camera and share their story, their authenticity. Like that is like my sweet spot. And so if I don't show up, now I'm robbing people of the opportunity to have the breakthrough that they could have possibly had with me. Like my 30 plus years in the entertainment industry as a professional actor on movies and television shows and doing Broadway, that has all prepped me to work with people in such different ways. I work with non-actors all the time, but I'm like, I need to reach the masses. And why am I not? So what are you putting off? Especially here on YouTube. YouTube, there's all these other platforms, they come and go, we know. But YouTube is around for the long haul. It has been. I used to have a cooking show. I have a cooking show on YouTube somewhere called Wings to Weeds. Because I was a vegan for 5 years, many years ago. And I had time in LA in between acting jobs. And I started a whole cooking channel. It wasn't there. Again, there was no content creator titles, no influencer, none of that. There wasn't social media. So all we had was YouTube. I think Facebook might have been around. That was it. And I think sometimes like, man, I wonder what would have been different had Instagram and TikTok been around when I was doing my vegan cooking show. But it doesn't matter. That time, that chapter has closed and I moved on and tried different things because I'm just not afraid to express myself. And I had to remind myself of that fearlessness I used to have, to just go for it. So maybe you're watching thinking, okay, maybe I'm going to do it. I want you to do it. And let me know if you have some comments, if you have some questions about maybe what some other steps are, let me know. We can talk about it. Now, something that will help you too, I'm throwing some bonus tips for you is, getting comfortable just being on the lens. So when I do coach actors, I tell them that the camera is your best friend. I tell them that, listen, like, I want you to talk to the camera like you're talking to your bestie or you're talking to your man or your girl. Like, connect with it. So you don't have to think, oh gosh, I'm talking to millions of people. What are millions of people going to say? Right now, we're talking to one person. Right now, I'm talking to you. You. That's it. It's just you and me here. I'm just on my couch. It's just you and me. And if you have that kind of maybe fear of like showing up, just make it about the one person, right? I always say the camera is a lie detector and the eyes tell no lies. So just speak your truth, be authentic, be genuine. You know, you don't have to be super salesy and force people to try to buy something from you or sign up for your thing. Trust me, when people are interested in something that you have, they're going to start clicking around. They're going to start checking you out. You know, we, especially here on YouTube, we know where the stuff is, right? So also give yourself the ease to just ease into being out here. So maybe you want to try a 30-day challenge like I'm doing. I was inspired by another YouTube creator. Her name is Meta. And I was watching her channel and I was like, yeah, let me just rip the Band-Aid off and make time. So Saturdays are my day for this content. I film a lot of my other content for my other channels throughout the week, as I mentioned. But just me committing to this for myself is me keeping my word to myself. It's me honoring myself. It's me honoring you. It's me positioning myself as a go-to person who can help people just like you who need some inspiration on living the life that they want to live. Y'all, there is money out here. There is money out here that these brands are giving away. There's money out here that YouTube is giving away, all these ads. Like, you and I are no different. We're not. The only difference is if we show up or not. Period. You know, I know it can be, I'm going to say this before, you know, I wrap up today for today's video. And again, make sure you come back. I'm going to make this a whole series about getting started. But in case you're worried about your family, friends, people who are close to you judging what you're going to do, don't tell them. Don't tell them right now. You don't have to go make a grand announcement. I have not made an announcement to nobody that today's the day I'm starting this channel, or today's the day I'm going to do 30 days. No, that's a private, personal goal. And I think sometimes we put too much stuff out into the world before we're ready for people to really hear about it. Right? So keep that in mind. Like, this is your private thing. When you feel comfortable and ready, you can share it with the world. That's why some people, I see some girls, they're like, I blocked people, I didn't add them, or I started I started a different Instagram or a different TikTok account. Listen, y'all, I never connect my contacts. They're like, do you want to connect your contact? No, thank you. No, thank you. I want to just warm myself up over here and let the people who are for me naturally find me. Let the algorithm send my stuff out to the people who need to hear what I have to say. Because I don't need extra voices in my head. And that's honestly, if you think about it, this is why I love social media. Of course, there are some negative aspects about it. There are trolls, there are really mean people, there are racists, all kinds of stuff. But at the core, I believe in the beauty of humanity. And what I love about YouTube specifically is that it allows us to express ourselves and whatever it is that we want to say. And if you rock with it, you rock with it. And if you don't, you don't. You have the power to scroll. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to hit the like button or comment. But if you do, and you're getting value, man, I think it is one of the best things ever. I remember, I forget what year it was that YouTube launched, but I remember thinking, wow, people can have like their own show? Like their own like talk shows? Like anything? And we've seen how it's grown. So I think also if you're listening and watching me thinking like, I don't know if my ideas worthy. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I'm meant for camera. They have faceless channels. They have everything. Again, go for it. Start it. Get involved. Do it. If I do nothing else today, I want you to jump on the bandwagon. I want you to be pumped up like Christine. I wasn't going to do it, but Christine got me excited today and I'm going to do it. Because that's how I feel like, okay, what is it going to take for you? What is your why? For me, my why is financial freedom. My why is flexibility. My why is the purpose and the way that I know I'm able to tap into people and connect with people. I know I have a gift at inspiring people and making change in people's lives. I've done that over the years. And I want to do more of it. I don't want to do anything else that I don't desire to do. Life is so precious. I'm a grown woman and I've seen a lot of things and I know how precious life is. And I know what it looks like when you're not walking in your gifts. And so when I look at myself and if I feel frustrated and I'm like, well, are you operating in your gifts today? And if you're not operating in your gift, okay, well, how can you change that? That's in your power. It could be something tiny. Sometimes if I don't want to do all this and put all the makeup on, I can make a 1-minute TikTok. I can pop into my stories real quick. I'll say this for real before I go. There are some people who I've coached over the years in my community for actors that, they would send me DMs and messages and let me know how much I've inspired them or made a difference in their lives. And there are some that didn't make it. There's some that, even took their own lives. But before they did, I had these moments with them where they let me know that, man, Christine, that post you made got me through the day. And I remember thinking when I would read these posts, like, man, I was thinking nobody even cared. And meanwhile, this person has been impacted. I know it's hard in the beginning. Those first videos and no one's watching, or you send it to a few of your friends that you trust and you got 5 views. Everybody starts at 0. Everybody starts at 0. But what will change, what will make you different is if you don't stop. If you commit to showing up and think about who and why you're showing up for. I can't show up thinking, okay, I'm just get this bag. No, okay. That will come as a side effect. But who are you? Who are you presenting to the world? What is your offering? What's your offering to the world? I feel a little emotional right now because I think about, after people are long gone, people's videos will live on in this YouTube space. It's part of your legacy. So what legacy do you want to leave behind? I feel pretty damn good knowing, hey, I inspired thousands of women around the world to show up authentically, live their best lives, be confident, how to be of service to others. I'm okay with that. I can sleep really well at night thinking about that contribution. So I appreciate you rocking with me today. Make sure you come back tomorrow because I am doing this series for 30 days and then who knows what's coming next. But I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy to connect with you. Make sure you introduce yourself in the comments so I can say hey to you. See you next time.